NBA studio alongside two-time All-Star Isaiah Thomas, and we have a very special guest, one of NBA's biggest all-time scorers, DeMar DeRozan, six-time NBA All-Star. Dude, we're so happy to have you on the show. And, of course, 17-year NBA veteran, Mr. Rudy Gay. Don't doubt me, bro. Come on, I'm hyped. It's playoffs, baby.
It's playoffs, baby. We gotta
look, we got a whole show for y'all, okay? We have full highlights. We have live post-game coverage from Raptors, Cavaliers, and Hawks, Nick, when that game ends. But there's no way this show is going to be a bad show because of the lineup we have on this couch with y'all boys. I can't wait to talk to y'all about it. Let's get to Cleveland, where the Cavs were hoping to go 2-0 on Toronto, and that's exactly what they did. Check this out. Early in the first quarter, Cavs are up by 3. They took game run. Take a look at this. Shot clock expiring. Donovan Mitchell drives through traffic.
Ooh.
And does what he does best.
Tough.
I don't know.
It's a tough basket right there. Minutes later, Cavs up by 5. Mitchell with the handles. Knocks down a trade ball and makes it look easy. Cavs up by 8. Mitchell had 15 points in the first half. Love to see James talking in his ear like that. Later in the first quarter, Raptors trailing by 10. In transition, Scotty Barnes with a no-look pass. Colin Murray foils for the layup.
Scotty had a pretty good game today.
Take a look at this. Second quarter now. Dennis Schroeder dishes to Mitchell. That's for another three ball.
Mitchell got it going early today. Real early.
I mean, just look at that, y'all. Swat.
Man.
And the celebration, of course. A few plays later, Raptors trail by 7. Barnes in the corner for a deep 3.
Okay, Scotty.
Raptors then cut deficit to 4 points at this point. Minutes later, in transition, Brandon Ingram goes up for the slam, but is denied.
Good block.
At the rim by Evan Mobley. Take a look. We got to see this one more time. Nope. Sorry. No, thank you.
Good block.
That block told the story for Ingram. A few plays later, Cavs up by 6. James Harden drives and lobs it up to Mobley for the slam. Mobley with the action on both sides of the ball. Later in the quarter, Harden with the sidestep into a deep, typical James Harden. All net 3, Cavs up by 7. He said, don't play with me. Y'all know what time it is. Next Cavs possession, Harden drops. Scotty Barnes gets the shooter's bounce and hits a 3. Oh, my God. I mean, I just love watching James Harden. Look at this. That's just a beautiful shot.
Point at him.
Led by 6 at halftime. Harden had 16. Third quarter, Mitchell drives baseline.
Go that move. High off the glass.
That's that signature step through move right there. Lays it in. High off the glass. No, thank you.
That's tough.
Give it to me. Just look at that. Later in the quarter, Mobley with the moves. Over Ingram for the layup and 1. Cavs go up by 15. Draws a foul there.
Mouse in the house.
Love to see it.
That's something.
That's USC right there, boy.
These boys was cooking. And okay, Barnes with the spin move to lay it in. Raptors cut it to 9. Toronto trailed by 7 going into the fourth quarter. Could Cleveland close it out? Midway through the fourth quarter, Cavs up by 6. Here's Max. Down the catch and shoots a tray ball. Makes it look easy. Cavs take a 9-point lead. After this, minutes later, Toronto looking for a response. Barnes muscles his way into the lane, gets the bucket over Evan Mobley, plus the foul to the line.
He's going to need to do a whole lot of that.
He got to.
He definitely carried offensively in game 2. Right back on the other end, though, Donovan Mitchell said, hold on now. Let me cook real quick. That puts the Cavs up by 12. The final score, Toronto 105, Cleveland 115. Now, this is an interesting fact right here. Just the 3rd time in Cavs history that they've had 3 players all score 25 points in a playoff game. That's Harden, that's Mitchell, that's Mobley. And here's Donovan Mitchell after the game. Take a look.
You have to grind that one out. You get it done in the second half, take a 2-0 series lead. How'd you feel about the way this team played tonight?
48 minutes. You know what I mean? Toronto's a hell of a team, man. They're going to continue to give us fight, give us effort. Withstood that run. You know what I mean? Like, that's the biggest thing, is just continue to be mentally strong. And like I said, just execute our sets, and then defensively got stops when we needed to.
You sliced into that lead in the fourth quarter, got it down to single digits a couple of times. You had a 5-point run there in the middle of the fourth. What was your mindset coming down the stretch?
Just trying to feel the game, right? You know, being off the ball, the top blocking me, just trying to, figure out ways to impact. And then at a certain point in time, we got to go get it and make a play. Not just necessarily to score. My favorite part of that was when Dean rolled. I hit Dean, he hit Evan, and making plays for others. That was the biggest thing.
Kenny Atkinson has called Evan Mobley a ceiling raiser for you guys. 25 points tonight, 11 for 13 from the floor. Pretty efficient there. What kind of lift did he give you?
I mean, he's the defensive player of the year. He's all NBA. He's everything we've needed him to be. He's peaking right at the right time. Like he's aggressive. He's knocking down shots. He's doing things on the defensive end. And Scotty Barnes is no easy matchup, and he's taking that challenge head on, trying to make it tough on him and helping us as a defense. And that's what we need from him.
You and James Harden, 58 combined points tonight, 22 of 38 from the floor. You guys have only been playing together for a few months. How do you explain how this chemistry has come together so quickly?
Just continue to make reads. At the end of the day, we're two high IQ players. He's been doing it a little bit longer than me, but we've still been doing it for a long time. And just trying to find ways to win. If it's scoring, if it's passing, if it's rebounding, getting stops. When you have two guys who are trying to chase the same thing, it definitely helps us for sure.
Congratulations.
The Cavs are cooking. Just the fourth time in Cavs history where three or more players all score over 25 points. Donovan Mitchell there giving flowers to Mobley. It just seems like things are clicking with this big three. Let's start with you, Rudy. Just tell me how you feel about these Cavs right now.
Nah, I mean, like Donovan said, they have two guys, really high IQ basketball players, and they're just leading the show. They're assisting. I thought maybe it was last game where they assisted or scored on like 80% of the scoring or something like that, or maybe 80 points. I don't know. Might have got mixed up, but they're leading the show. They're making plays for themselves and others, and when they're doing that, they're hard to beat.
I mean, I just feel like, when it comes to playoffs, it always exposes habits, right? What do you think? Now we're 2-0. What's struggling with this Toronto Raptors team against the Cavs? What do you think they need to change, DeMar?
For one, you can't have 22 turnovers on the road. You definitely need B.I. to, show up. The other two guys showed up, RJ and Scotty. Once B.I. get involved, the game was still close. They still had a chance, and, I felt once B.I. get it rolling, they'll be right there. I think going back to Toronto, definitely going to help them a lot. The crowd going to be behind them full throttle, but, B.I. just got to get it going. The other two guys, you need your big three to match their big three, And once B.I. get rolling, I think, they'll be fine, but you got to cut out turnovers for sure.
For sure. I see you shaking your head as though you agree. Brandon Ingram definitely struggled first game. We saw didn't have his best game this game as well. He is a big factor in that team being successful in this series. What do you think?
For sure. I think when he plays well, they play well. Obviously, he's that talented. He's been struggling the first two games, but like DeMar said, I think when he goes home, when they go back to Toronto, he'll be a little more comfortable. The crowd would be energetic behind him, and I think if he has a big game, that puts those guys in position to be successful, and that's what they need.
I think more than anything, he's just not being aggressive. He didn't shoot a foul shot at all this game. And when you're struggling, that's the one thing that gets yourself going. But like they said, like DeMar knows. I played in Toronto. They know the crowd's gonna be behind them, and they expect a lot from him. So he has to pick it up. He's part of that big three they have, and the team knows. I'm sure he knows that without him having good games, they have no chance.
Right.
So you got to give credit to Cavs too. They did what they were supposed to home court. Mm-hmm. Now it's time for Toronto to go back, do their part. Like I said, I feel like B.I. be a lot better. And once that happens, you'll really see, where the series could go. But it's all on B.I. for sure. And I got the utmost confidence he'll be fine.
For sure. All right, well, let's check in with Kenny Atkins right now. Coach just sat down in the presser.